Approximately 66% of men will have experienced some degree of hair loss by the age of 35.
Ew.
Look, it's just stress.
Just shave it, kid.
Okay, listen, it's not that bad.
Where's your hair at?
Yeah,
We're bald by choice. So happy it's Thursday.
How do we know it's oh, it says it's recording. Nice.
Yeah.
Chris and I just did that. We got this new recording software.
We just made it to the 21st century. So
We-
we don't have to use Windows camera record. We can use real software now.
I've been using Paint, bro.
Ain't? Yeah. That's awesome.
No, it's called the the OBS.
OBS, yep. All
OBS?
streamers out there use it apparently. So
Oh my
might
God!
as well use
Welcome
it
us
too.
to the
Yeah.
club.
you got to be careful. Don't accidentally start Twitch on accident because I linked mine and I did that a little bit earlier. So
Did you really?
yeah, for like 5 seconds I was streaming on Twitch.
500 million followers instantly.
Yeah, instantly, insta famous.
Can you imagine?
How did you make so much money in 2021? It was just for 5 seconds. I don't know.
Dude, you'll have to owe taxes.
Oh, for sure. I'm not getting that stimulus check no matter what.
No matter if it passes or not.
Yeah, that's all done now.
Dude, that reminds me of our friend Brandon. He accidentally tweeted out a picture of him on the toilet. and
Yeah.
and you could see his balls.
Oh, man.
He was on there for a good, I don't know,
What?
8-9 hours while
Yeah.
he slept.
While we slept. And then in the morning, I hate Brandon.
Oh shit!
Guess what?
delete.
Hilarious. Oh,
Oh
classic.
god, that's awesome.
That's the only reason why I don't use social media. So I don't accidentally
'cause of that
tweet
reason?
my balls. Yeah.
It's so hard not to
Very
do
hard.
it.
Hey, ask those politicians, man. They're accidentally
Ooh.
tweeting,
Oh,
pictures
that
of their
Wiener
junk
guy?
all the time. Yeah, Anthony Weiner, right? Wasn't that his name?
And he took a picture of his wiener.
Think about how much that guy got made fun of growing up. Tony
Dude.
Weiner.
Dude, like at that point, it's destiny. It's gonna
Oh,
happen.
for sure. Yeah, no way it can't. I think he did it on purpose, personally.
To be honest, if my last name was Wiener, I think I would do it on purpose too.
Fine, you guys want to see it? Here it is.
Been hearing it for 48 years of my life.
That's-
Not that impressive. Christopher. Speaking of wieners, how's your week been?
It's been a long week, but here we are. Favorite day of the week. My little oasis before the weekend, so I'm doing good. No complaints.
This weekend's Valentine's Day.
It is, yeah.
You and the gal pal got anything planned?
We're playing it by ear. The place we wanted to go doesn't take reservations ever, not even on Valentine's Day. And so we're going to try to go when it opens, but they're not open on Sunday. So we said we'll go when it opens on Saturday and the day before. And she works until an hour and a half after they open. So we'll see if we get a seat. If not, I'm just going to pick up some steaks, make some steak,
Take a package of
well.
Oscar Mayer hot dogs.
Yeah. Some Kraft cheddar cheese slices, throw them on with some ketchup. We're good to go. Some, what's that, Aldi white bread,
Dude, stop. That's so romantic. I might
I
fall
know.
for it right here.
I know. The first year we started dating, I found you could make reservations at Arby's for Valentine's Day. And
Wait,
I
what?
wanted to so bad. We had
That's
only
so
been
funny.
dating for like 6 months, and I just wanted to so bad. Yeah,
Chris, you need to do that one year.
wouldn't that be great? And they come to your table, take your order, bring the food to your table. They put disposable tablecloths on the table and little fake candles with like a little light in them. Yeah.
So is that all year, or is it just for Valentine's Day?
just for
you do that?
Valentine's Day, and you have to make a reservation. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, you gotta do that now.
I know. It's a little late. They're
Hey,
probably
if
full.
that place isn't open on Saturday,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
Yeah, do you have any last minute reservations? So you're the only one who's tried to make one.
Dude, I'm not joking. You need to do it this year.
Oh, she'd be all down for it. You know she would. So
Chris, I'm telling you, just for the podcast in general to hear that story, you need to do it.
I'll save it for people to do it. No, we want to go get sushi. So, gonna be my one break in the diet to go get me some rice and raw fish. So,
Uh-oh. You break it.
it
Start
won't
all
be
over.
that bad. It won't be that bad. One day and it's just rice. I mean, I'll only eat like 4 or 5 sushi rolls. So
4 or 5 orders of sushi.
sushi.
Oh yeah,
for Indiana
that's
sushi.
good.
I mean, we're
as good as you can.
Nowhere near an ocean. How about you? What are you planning to do the weekend?
My plans for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, are you gonna go to Arby's?
Let me tell you, going down to the local brothel. I'm treating myself. No, no plans. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. I'm probably gonna rest up this weekend because I start my new job on Monday.
I was gonna ask. I was waiting until there was an opening. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
I've been wanting to tell you so bad. I found out on Monday, I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they emailed me and they said everything's approved. The vice president really liked you, and we got the CEO to sign off on it, and you start Monday. I'm like, heck yeah.
That's awesome.
They're sending me a laptop, a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse.
Oh, they're hooking you up.
And what else? A headset, everything. Like they're not effing around, man.
Are they willing to cover like phone or anything like that?
So I'm assuming so. I haven't really got into that yet. But if not, I'm assuming you could just like write it off as like a tax thing. You know, like from working from home and stuff, and use my own phone, use my own internet, and all that stuff.
I know every company's got a different policy. My first company, they just gave you a phone. Here you go if you wanted one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody there is remote, right?
The headquarters is in California.
Okay.
The position that I applied for was strictly remote.
Okay.
So there are other positions. There are other positions that aren't remote. But yeah, I did I applied for the remote position.
Smart.
Yeah.
Well,
but I'm going to have a little
celebratory
drink if you want to join me.
Congratulations. I don't have any whiskey to cheers, but I do have one of these nice unnotated cans of seltzer that I am not going to put on the screen.
Oh, nice. Well, here, cheers.
Because when we're rich and famous, we don't want to get sued for using somebody else's label, you know?
For sure. I get that.
Cheers and congratulations, man.
Oh, thanks, pal. You
know, I know there were people naysayers out there telling you not to wait for something. Just take the soonest available opportunity. But I think that was the right choice. You know, wait for something that you're excited about.
No, and that's the biggest thing too, Chris. You know, back in the day, you know, before my old job, it was the same, you know, situation. And then I got the radio job, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I you could tell with my performance how much I cared and the passion for it and all that stuff that showed in my work. But yeah, I think that taking the time and the opportunity kind of presented itself. Again, I mentioned Brandon earlier. He kind of presented it to me as a possibility, and I jumped right on it. And a week and a half later, I scored it. So it's crazy. It's crazy how that works. Yeah, so I'm really excited. Orientation starts at 9 a.m. on Monday. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to be a healthcare recruiter. So travel nursing and stuff like that. I think it'll be really fun. A lot of people were like, you're going to be on the phone a lot. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's not like I'm not a talker.
Yeah.
So, and that doesn't bother me at all. I mean, at the last job I was at, I was on the phone all the time too, you know, making cold calls and whatever. But these are actually people who are interested. There's a whole database of people who are interested in, you know, travel nursing. So it's not like I'm calling someone random and asking them for their business. You know,
it's people who are hoping to hear from you. It's not just people sitting on their couch watching TV.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm actually really excited, and this kind of leads. I'm having deja vu, glitch in the matrix. Oh man, any hooters. So I've actually been thinking about it, and once I start, getting the hang of it, and actually I'm there for a few months or whatever. I actually talked to my parents about this today. I randomly texted them, and being remote, and I think I talked to you a little bit about this before. I might actually just make the jump and just travel all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
For a year, and just
You
go.
might as well.
You know,
And here's what I'll say about it, because when I first got a job where I was like I could work remote wherever, I thought that's what I was gonna do, and then I didn't. And then
Yeah.
you get into routines. So if you're
Yeah.
gonna do it, you should just do it. You know,
Yeah.
that's my thought on it. I think you should do it. Just start traveling.
Yeah,
You
and
always got a place here if you need a place to crash. So
no, I appreciate that for
you're
sure,
welcome.
and I think doing that will be really nice, and me and Jersey, my dog, will have some adventures and have a good time, and I mean I can work anywhere that has internet,
Yeah,
through
hotel.
Airbnbs, hotels, whatever.
Yeah,
Elongated,
Starbucks.
yeah,
Yeah.
Starbucks, elongated stays at a Airbnb. I was talking to my mom about it today, and she's just like, "Well, won't that get expensive?" And I'm like, "Well, if you think about it, it's gonna be the same as like rent and utilities,
Yeah, you live in a city. You're spending what, $1,000 a month on rent. So it's probably cheaper than
give or
that.
take."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
So
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, and
that's
so
awesome.
yeah, and so I'm gonna do it. I texted my dad, and I was hoping, like, I wasn't hoping, but I was thinking that he was going to, like, press it a little bit, and
Mhm.
and all he said was great idea, and I'm like, oh, all right,
Perfect.
and I
Yeah.
told my mom, and she's like, well, if that's what you want to do, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. And just dude, like, just think about it, like, just for a year, or just at first, just to try it out and see how it goes, and
You know what?
whatever.
Worst case, you do it 3 months. You get a little homesick. You come home for a month or two. Go back
Yeah.
up. You know,
Yeah.
it's freedom. That's great.
Mm.
I think. I mean, right now it might be a little hard just with COVID, right? I mean, you could do it. You can still travel and go places. It just might
Yeah.
be that you're staying in a little bit more when you do it. But I mean, think about it. You have all of those Airbnbs. You've got your dad in one
Yeah.
place. You've got Brandon, speaking of, who's doing kind of the same thing. They're
Yeah.
traveling around. So you've got someplace there. You can always meet up with people. I think
Mhm.
it's a great idea. So if you do start doing that, where would be the first place that you would want to go?
To tell you the truth, I'd probably want to go out west,
Okay.
start there, and kind of work my way. I would say work my way, like, backwards, right?
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
other way, start out there. Especially since, if I'm, 3 4 months into the job, um, it'd be like summertime, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be all beautiful weather and all that stuff wherever I go. Um, and kind of, I don't know. I haven't been to a lot of places. I've never been. I don't know if I'd want to do California, but I've never been to California.
If you do
Um,
California, my 100% suggestion, no choice in my mind, San Diego. You got to at least do San Diego.
yeah.
Everything else is great. San
Mhm.
Francisco, LA, cool. It's an
Yeah.
experience. San Diego is its own place. It's so
Yeah.
unique. Perfect weather every single day,
Mhm.
and it's beautiful. Yeah, it might be a massive city, but just about anywhere, unless you're standing behind a tall building, you can see the
Yeah.
ocean or the port. So
Mhm.
I highly recommend it. Worked a bit out there. Yes. So that I would say if you do it, at least try that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a big state and there's a lot of places, but Arizona isn't that far away. If you want to do that,
Yeah.
Texas isn't
Well,
that far away.
I have an uncle
So,
who lives in Arizona. That's where my grandparents are right
oh,
now. So,
yeah, yeah.
that type of thing. He's always asked me to come out there. That I don't know. And that's the thing too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's probably smart to have a plan.
You should have somewhat of a plan.
Somewhat of a doodle of a plan, but I don't know. I kind of just want to, like, go where the wind takes you type of thing. I think that would be fun. Just, I mean, obviously you'd have to have a plan, because with Airbnbs, it's better to schedule out like 3 4 weeks in advance or whatever.
And you have a
Um,
dog. So you need
And I
to
have a
make sure
dog.
they have a place for the dog.
Yeah.
That would be the one thing that I would say why you need to plan. If it was just you,
Yeah.
who cares? You know,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
could you could
I was
stay in
sleeping in
a
a tent. Yeah, whatever.
Motel 6 on the side of the road. And we did that kinda on the way out to Colorado. We have to sleep now after how many of those 5-hour energies, coffees, Red Bulls? We probably had 1,000 milligrams of caffeine, and we were still about to pass out.
We went to sleep in what are those
Travel stop
plazas. Yeah.
The sun's already starting to come up a little bit.
Yeah, we're okay. Now we gotta sleep. Okay, we slept for I don't know, maybe 40 minutes.
Car running.
And we finally got to Colorado, and then we slept for like 12 hours.
Hey, it was
But
still
yeah,
fun.
I want to make it a thing though to actually go back to Colorado. That's obviously the best place. I love Colorado. But
Beautiful. One day I will live in between those mountains, just in one of those little valleys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that new show, Resident Alien. Fantastic.
No.
Highly recommend it. It's got Alan Tudyk, the guy from Knight's Tale. He was the chicken or the rooster from Moana.
His last name's Tudyk.
Yeah. Tudyk.
I mean,
yep. Anyways, if you saw him, you'd recognize him. Hilarious, great actor, perfect for the role. Anyways, every time we watch an episode of that, and it just has the intro and it pans in, it's kind of like that city actually or town, village, what would you call it, that we stopped in before we went to the mountains. You know what I'm talking about? That's this kind of a city, and I just think about that. How awesome would it be to live in a place like that?
Dude, I don't know. I'd be so pumped too. Like, I don't know. Going somewhere and then, have you guys like fly out or something and all that shit, like randomly for a weekend or whatever.
Hey, next 2 weeks from now, or probably need more time than that, in a month and a half, I plan to be in Las Vegas. Fly out for a week. I don't know. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what you yeah.
You were like giving me news.
I wish. No, I don't actually. Not right now. I don't wish that. But something like that. Like I'm gonna be in Las Vegas. Come meet me for a week.
Yeah.
Fly out.
Yeah.
And I'll meet you when I get there.
Sure. Gosh, that would be so fun, wouldn't it? Like just I'm all about spontaneity and all that stuff, and like I honestly think this will like do me good too. Like just a year traveling around place to place. It's good for mental health.
Yeah.
Getting out of your normal environment.
Meeting new people.
Just meeting new people. And like what you said too, I was like, that's not gonna be a problem. When you said with COVID and stuff, it's not like you can't really go out places. And I'm like, well, that's not the point. I'm not. I mean, maybe like stopping in at a brewery would be kind of cool, or like whatever, like a local brewery or something like that would be awesome. But like, I don't know. I think the point of it is just to like get out, get away, and just like, I don't know. It's not about going to
my voice cracked like I'm 12.
This place. It's about like just doing it.
Yeah, I know. I completely agree with that, and I think it's a good choice. I mean, now is the time to do it, right? When else are you going to have this kind of an opportunity with nothing to tie you down? You can just do it. I think now is the time to do it. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Not gonna lie. I'm
Come
pretty
with me.
Rooted in here. Kind of stuck. Got too much.
Dude, let's take this shit on the road.
Travel and podcast. I'll meet you once a week. I'll fly out.
Everywhere different.
All right. So our sponsor today
Our sponsor today is what is it? Expedia.
Spirit Airlines.
Spirit Airlines, dude. If anything, do it. Yeah, Spirit Airlines.
Yeah. $10 flight. Let's go. Whatever it is.
Sure.
Oh, I have to
That's
stand.
Round trip.
Oh well.
It's round trip.
What gets me with those ones is, it's super cheap, but you can't even bring a backpack with you without paying for it.
No,
that's where they get you.
Dude, I have a $210 voucher that I signed up when I worked at the radio station, and I used my work email, and now I can't get into.
Oh wow!
To get my $210 voucher, and it's impossible to call. because you're talking to robots the whole
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I
and
just
none
get
of-
mad and scream.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
what I do.
And I waited on the phone for an hour one time, and it kept giving me options that I didn't need. This is not the option. It never gave me the option I needed. And so I just kept pressing random buttons, and it would take me to this like third party whatever. And they're like, "You got to call Spirit Airlines." And I'm like, "That's what that's what I'm
I
doing.
tried.
That's what I'm doing. That's how I got here." And they're like, "Oh, well, this is the right number." And I'm like,
Can you transfer me? What do we do?
Can you do it? No, sorry, we're a third party. Like we just handle, blah blah blah. Okay, well, okay, whatever. $210
I
down
just
the drain.
start pressing 0, speak to a representative, and I just scream
Yeah, no.
that until I get to somebody.
Chris,
You know?
trust me, I did that.
Didn't work. They're getting
No.
smarter. That's
They
what's
are.
happening.
That's exactly what they're adapting. The robots.
Yeah.
You've seen Terminator.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Fucking Skynet, bro.
Alexa's the one actually that you're talking to in the background. She controls it all.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I
no,
thought she was
Alexa.
gonna. Did she?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is, but it's
It's-
not. I hate it on a lot more shows are using that. I don't know if it's probably Amazon. They're paying a little
Oh.
bit of thing, and so they say it, and that
Mhm.
thing will start going off in the middle of a movie or a show. And it's like, really?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They do that on purpose.
Or if you ever watched Schitt's Creek,
Oh, good show.
some of the times I'd be like, Alexis, it would go off.
Did you know that the dad and then the brother in that show actually wrote the show?
Yeah,
Oh, you knew that.
I did. And
You know everything.
Yeah, duh. And the waitress, Twyla, that's the sister, and his daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know
the,
that.
The more you know.
The more
Good,
you
good
know.
for the, I don't know his name, Dan, maybe? I don't know. The guy who plays David. His career
think
is
you're right.
about to take off.
Dude,
He
it already is. He's been on SNL. He's in like
Yeah.
a billion commercials. He's
good for
doing
him.
movies.
Yeah,
Like,
good for him.
Yeah,
He deserves it.
for sure. Why not?
It's, those darn Canadians.
They are Canadian.
Yeah. All the greats, except for JB, come from
J.
Canada.
Beebs.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's great, but I would consider him a great.
Yeah, I guess, if I have to.
But yeah, you got
Twist my arm.
BBs, you got Biebers, Ryan Reynolds, Colin Mockery. I mean, he's not big, but I think he's big.
Hugh Jackman? No, he's Australian.
Hugh Jackman's Australian.
I was close. They're kind of close to each
To be
other.
fair, Wolverine is Canadian.
Is Canadian. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but there's some good ones, man. I honestly, and it's non-political, but if I was like, I'm moving, I'd move to
Yeah.
Canada. I'd move
Oh,
to
why
Canada.
not? Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would go. It's funny because the stereotype is that they're really nice, but they just are. They're just
Yeah.
nice people.
They're
And
stereotyped for a reason.
yeah, that's true. Because they're all true. Joke.
I mean, wouldn't that be a great stereotype though?
Yeah.
Like the only good stereotype.
Oh, you and your maple syrup and your mousse, your meese. Yeah,
And your
that's it.
your maple leaf
Yeah, that's it. And hockey. Okay.
hockey.
Yeah.
And every actor we just named.
And every actor we just named. Yep.
Did you know that Canada and Denmark, have you seen that?
No.
Have been at war?
Oh, yes.
You've
Yes.
seen it. Of course you've seen it. Over this like little rock island that's literally like there's nothing. And then they go, I know you know this, but I'm just telling them.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not telling
go.
you.
It's awesome.
So they've been it's since like what 18 something, like 1894 or
I
some
think
shit.
since they founded their country, yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
about the time.
So they had this little rock island, and then every time, so like Denmark and Canada, they go to this island every once in a while, and they put their flag down, and they also put their like best Canadian whiskey, their best Denmark whiskey, there, and then when the other country comes, they put their flag in there, and then they take the whiskey and they leave theirs. Dude, best war ever.
Best war ever. And you know what's
I
funny?
mean-
Look at those two countries. They're the two countries that everybody wants to go to, but they don't want anybody. You know?
For sure, dude. I mean, I saw that the other day, and I'm like, that's cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's very cool. I want to be that's your station for a year or whatever if you're in the military.
yeah,
That would be the best. That would be
Dude.
the best.
that's like the best game of capture the flag ever. It's great.
Oh, we're out
That's
of whiskey. You want to go change the flag?
You know what? It's about time we do. Let's go.
Uh,
That's awesome.
well,
Yeah, maybe Canada. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I've never been there legally, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have not really been. I've been, but I've not really been. I've crossed the border. I've seen Niagara Falls on both sides. Yeah, I've done all that, but I haven't been to Canada. Gone through,
Yeah.
and Buffalo kind of feels like Canada in some spots, but it's
for
not
sure.
the same. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah, that would. I mean, I've always wanted to go to like the Grand Canyon. Obviously, like all those things that people are like
The
those big.
touristy things.
Yeah, but still, like I
But you
would
wanna
love
see it.
Just, dude, take if I could just take Jersey there, that'd be so cool. Just like her and I just bonding this whole adventure. We're going to different places that I've never been. Obviously, she's never been, but it's just you create a memory like that, and I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. And again,
Super fun.
do it while you can. Don't wait. Say that about a lot of things that are too late. Going back to school,
Yeah.
all those types of things.
Yeah, probably not doing that.
Nah, nah. I wanted to. I still do. It's never gonna happen.
I don't
who has
know.
the
It's just
time?
more debt, more. I don't know. Not about
And
it.
yeah, exactly. More debt, expensive, and you have to work now. You can't just go to school.
Yeah, it's not like you can't just
I-
drink.
I mean, I was working at a pizza place and
Yeah.
for the school. Like that's not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not the same.
I mean, I don't know how you did it. I didn't have a job during college, and I couldn't have juggled it. I mean, I'd have to give up my social life, which was like, I don't know
Well,
if
it
I
helps
could
when
have
you
done
work
that.
with your friends. Like
True.
the first job
Yeah.
I had, I quit after like 6 months. I just couldn't do it. Second job I had, I got my friends hired. But the third job I had, my friends hired me, got me hired. So
Gotcha.
it worked out that way. But at the same time, what my decision was, I got to sophomore year and I said, I'm tired of being broke. And so I just got a job. That's, it's kind of the choice there at that point.
I
Reality
donated
starts to set in.
plasma.
Yeah.
For your
The
money?
most popular job, and I still did that too.
Twice a week. You get like $50.
Yeah. And the
Awesome.
bonuses.
And the bonuses,
Yeah.
especially if you refer a friend. Oh my
Refer a
god.
friend,
Not a
it's like-
sponsor, but that'd be cool.
It would be. Hey, BioLife. What's the one around here? CSL.
Ooh, CSL
Look us up.
plasma.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that they did better is at BioLife, they have the giant thing, that whatever that takes your blood and separates out the plasma.
Yeah.
And so whatever bed you're at, that's like the side that you have to do. I did
Yeah.
think it was cool that they had just a little one that they would pick up and move it where you wanted.
Oh,
At least at ours. But
interesting.
last time I did it was Mexico, which we'll have to talk about sometime. Maybe not today, but
No, yeah,
our fantastic trip to Mexico.
because that's a whole episode.
That's a whole
buddy.
podcast. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
that's a
Colorado's one. That's one. Boston in general could be a whole podcast.
dude,
Two,
all of them.
three.
Dude, we should do like a what do you call it? A series. Once we get into a rhythm, we should do a series of just like our Chris and Skyler trips that we've done.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like you can't just start a story halfway through a podcast, and then for it to be good. Like you have to start recording, go. Like
But anybody who's listening who's not one of our friends, trust me, it's a fun story. And all of our friends, sorry for hearing it for the millionth time.
oh, for sure.
Because I think it still comes up with my girlfriend and I, like every other week we talk about it in some way, point it out, make a joke about it. It was just too good.
It's still fun. It was still a fun
Yeah.
trip. I had a good time. It was
No,
good.
it was a blast. It was a blast. Now it's time for
What's going on with Brandon?
Just walked into Top Golf. straight to the bathroom because I've been drinking and I gotta piss.
And that's what's going on with Brandon.
So, finally catching up.
Uh-oh.
Finally catching up on our Star Wars book challenge.
Jesus, my God. Dude, I've been waiting to talk to you about this book for months.
Do you know what's really funny?
What?
I only really read 2 nights. So I read the book in 2 nights. It just took me a month.
Spread them out.
Just took me a month.
Okay. So obviously we're gonna start this. We're gonna be talking about our our Star Wars canon challenge, Star Wars canon book challenge that we're a part of, and it's 63 books in a year, a little more than a year, probably like a year and 2 months. So 63 books in a year and 2 months. There's a book schedule. You know, probably it's average, a week, a book, a week.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because I think that's exactly how many weeks it is.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so right now, we're supposed to be on book 5. We're finishing up book 5.
Yeah.
On Valentine's Day. This coming Sunday, book 5 should have been completed, all good to go, and then we start book 6. I am the head of the curve. I've started, at the same time everyone else did, and I just been, had a lot of free time. And of course, I love Star Wars. I sped through them all, and now I'm on chapter 2 of book 7. So I'm ahead of the curve. It's probably going to slow down with this new job that I got.
Yeah, probably.
But no, the whole thing is Chris finally finished book 1.
Book 1, The Hurdle.
It's called Dooku, Jedi Lost.
Fantastic book.
Oh, you liked it, huh?
Really liked it. It was hard to get into. The writing style's a little. Here's what I say about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Formatting, I'm gonna give it about a 2 out of 5. It was written to be a screenplay, and it was almost like they're just like, nah, it's a book instead of filling it in. So what I mean by that is there's no descriptive things. All of that is through dialogue. And so, everything, there's little notes at the beginning of different scenes, but so it was hard to get into. And I would say that the last third is really loaded with some awesome stuff. And there's some cool things in the first 2/3, but they're pretty spread out. So, And I mean, legit spoiler alert here for anybody who wants to read the book. I just have to say at the end of part 4, going into part 5, wow. When you have Kai Narek talking to Ventress, and they're kind of going back and forth, and he starts talking about how Dooku was Qui-Gon's, master, and then Rails as well. And then he starts talking about Rail, and he's like, well, you'll just have to keep reading because he kind of taught us all. And then it goes into the next section, and you're like, oh, so this is where we're going now. I just got so excited. I needed to go to bed. It was super late last night, and I just read, 100 pages. I just stayed up super late and didn't care. Yeah, it was fantastic. I wish I would have just done it earlier. I haven't had a ton of time to do it, but the time I did have, I should have spent reading because, wow, it was worth it.
So to go off of what you said, it being a screenplay, a lot of people in the challenge that I saw in the Discord read along with the audiobook. And the audiobook, so it was an audiobook first, okay? And then they transcribed it to a book. So when you're reading it and you see, they're having a lightsaber battle and it keeps saying clash, clash, clash.
Yeah.
So it has music, sound effects, dialogue, everything. This audiobook does. I didn't listen to the audiobook, but people who I've talked to who have said that it's a lot better while listening to the audiobook. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if I listen to an audiobook, I don't count that as reading. I count that as someone reading to me.
Yeah, I agree. And I can't focus as much. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're the same actors, the voice actors.
Ooh,
because
that's a good question.
Because in my head, when Qui-Gon was on, I had Liam Neeson in my head, his voice. When Dooku, what's his name?
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee had his voice in my head.
Well, he died.
Oh,
I don't know if he died before or after the recording.
Did. Yeah, you're probably right. That's the real kicker for possible reboot of Lord of the Rings. Christopher Lee. Well, and
one
anything
question.
Star Wars.
One question for you, Chris. Did this book make you want more Dooku?
Yes. Yes. Wow. Wow. I didn't, and the stuff that happened to him when he was a kid, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was when he got to that in between phase of becoming, between Jedi Knight to Jedi or a Sith Lord. That phase is just wow.
Well, and you can kind of see how he kind of got started.
Yeah.
Dwelling in with the dark side and kind of how he got introduced to it and all that stuff. Like, it was like crazy.
I do have to say, in the last part I was reading, I was like, they're going to start bringing in Emperor Palpatine and blah, blah, blah. Oh, nope. Didn't even touch it because we know. So why waste time on it? And I thought that was a really good idea.
This is prior to when he meets him. Right. So
it is both after and prior.
Yeah. I guess true, but at the same time, you want to know before what he was like before he was recruited, to Palpatine's cause and stuff like that, and then like, dude, I'm gonna tell you my favorite part. My favorite part for sure, or not one of my favorite parts. I really wanted this to happen is when like he's like he said like Jedi Master, Dooku or whatever, and he goes, "No, I'm not a Jedi." And he goes, "Well, what are you?" or something. And I'm just like, say it. I wanted him to say Count Dooku. I wanted him to say it so bad, but then it just goes, doesn't say it. It leaves you wanting him to say it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And there is I think there's one part where he calls himself Count Dooku. And it's when he says, during the war there in the last bits, where he's like, I'm the Count. And they're like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You don't live here. Even if you're part of the family, you're not part of the family, really. And he's like, no, this is my planet now.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Like, in my head, that whole battle with like that big ass ground dragon thing.
Oh, yeah.
That just came out of the ground, and he was just like using the force to like tempt or to
what do they say? It's not animal control. It's what do they call it? I just read it. I should remember. But what's her face? Lena, Castanos says it a lot. It's basically saying you're not controlling them. You're one mind and two bodies.
Yeah. Kind of guiding them. You're using the force to like guide them and to like kind of like be one with, or you're one kind of thing.
Well, and I mean, anybody who's in the challenge who's listening to this, you're already done with it, so I'm just going to talk about it because anybody else, you're probably not going to read it.
Whatever.
The whole, he becomes one with it. He feels its pain, how everybody controlled it for so long, and then in the end, he ends up doing the same thing to it, and he has to kill it.
Yeah.
Like, wow. That's
dude, him coming down from the ship just like with the saber just right in the head. Its head. I'm like,
so cool.
Dude, cool. I'm so excited for you now because you completing that book is just now a springboard, right? For you to
lit a fire under me, man. I'm so excited.
For sure.
I know it'll slow down in book 3 and 4.
Yeah. They do.
I have the binding off of book 2 laying by my bed. Probably gonna read another 4 hours tonight. So,
dude, did you get the hardcover of that?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. I long time ago, before I started the challenge, I had already bought Master and Press.
Oh, okay.
And it was paperback. There was no hardback at wherever I got it. And like now I'm like, you can see all the hardbacks and I'm just like, oh man. But at the same time, like you're going to run into that where like the hardback is like $1 billion and the paperback's like $2. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to buy the paperback.
So I have mine right next to me here that I could pull over. But
so
book 4, Queen's Shadow, speaking of, is one of those where it wasn't a huge hit. So they didn't sell it a ton, and they just haven't made a lot of paperbacks. And we were both hardbacks. We were talking about this. Like, what did you spend? I think I spent $10 on the softback.
It was either 8 or 10, 8 to 10. Yeah,
$50 for the hardback just because it's rare. No,
nope.
Sorry.
Nope.
And probably used.
Cool looking.
maybe at the end of the challenge, I'll treat myself and just get all the ones I didn't have. But
Yeah.
no, not because
Nope.
65 books, that's gonna add up. That's
Oh, it
gonna
does add up. If you were to look at it this way, and this isn't a way to like discourage you or whatever, but the average, say the average book in this challenge is $10, you're spending over $600.
Well, yeah, $650.
You
But
know what I mean?
also, most hardback books are $25. So, yeah,
Dude,
it's a
that
couple
one,
grand
but
of
that one,
books.
you're gonna run into stuff like that we found that one book
Oh, yeah.
at Barnes and Noble that was a hardback and it was cheaper than the paperback. And it was
Yeah,
$7.
$7.
Are you
and the
kidding me?
paperback was 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get the hardback. Duh.
Yeah, they had a flash sale for everybody listening, and the hardback only was on sale for 76% off. And the guy leading the challenge, right, is the one who sent out the
Josh.
link. So when Skyler here bought the book, you said you spent like $3 in shipping or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it got to you in like a few days. I waited a week and a half for it, and I had to spend the same price as the book on the shipping because everybody in our challenge jumped on it and bought it.
Yep.
But
You're probably
still,
right.
still cheap book compared to what it was.
Oh,
So-
for sure. Might as well, and it's the hardback. Yeah.
And that's the hard thing too, is we're not going to find all these at Barnes and Noble. So there's going to be a lot of Amazon and online purchases going on.
Well, and the thing is too, I would take advantage more of the independent bookstores that they have on there that do like from 10 to 20% off of their books, but at the same time they're all in California, and I would be spending more money than normal if I would have just did it from Amazon or something.
Right.
To
And
get it
that's-
shipped from California, like.
And that's why brick and mortar bookstores are dead. They're dead. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Barnes and what Borders closed how many years ago? We have
Oh my
Barnes and
God,
Noble. And that's not brick
I
and mortar.
preferred Borders.
Love Borders.
And
Oh,
then
I
they
love it.
closed down. Like as soon as I got into reading hardcore, I was like, seriously, they all went bankrupt or whatever they did. So let's go back to Dooku. So there's the thing I wanted to be doing with this. I kind of want to do like a rating system, right?
Okay.
So for each book we have a different rating system. So it's gonna be out of 10. I think that's fair. I don't like doing things out of 5 because I feel like there's so much like more, like
Well, you're
if-
always getting into points, right?
Oh yeah, I don't want to do points.
1.25 out of 5.
I don't want to do
No.
points. I think we should just stick with 1 through 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, and go from there. Okay, so what would you give out of 10 curved hilts, lightsaber hilts? What would you give Dooku, Lost Jedi, Jedi Lost?
I want to give it a 9, but I'm going to give it an 8. And my
Okay.
reason being is that there are pockets of it that are not necessary whatsoever to the story.
That's fair.
But it was phenomenal. I loved it.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 curved lightsaber hilts. Oh, dude, it makes me so happy that you finished it. That's so great. I've been wanting to talk to you about it forever. Like when I'm reading it too, like I can't wait till you're like, like I said, I'll probably slow down with starting this new.
Well, and I'm
job
going
or
to catch
whatever.
up. I've got quite a bit of time off in the next 3 weeks, so I'm going to catch up.
Oh, okay. So like, if we were ever to be on like the same book, like, because when I was reading Dooku, I wanted to talk to somebody about it, but I had no one to talk to about it because no one else was freaking reading it other than the people on the Discord. But like, that's different.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, when I'm reading, I'm just like, oh shit, like, or like when I was just reading the Light of the Jedi book, my jaw and my eyes widened and my jaw dropped. I'm like reading it and I'm like, oh my God. I had to set the book down and just like think on it. I'm like, holy crap, that just happened. Like, and I didn't know what to talk to you about it. It kind of sucked. So
yeah.
But-
And I mean, again, I've only read the first book, but that part I talked about between, 4 and 5, I literally was like, all right, I got to get up. I got to pee. I got to get other stuff done because I'm not going to get up until I finish this. So yeah, I get it. And I wanted, luckily it was just last night, so I didn't have to wait very long, but I was like instantly like, oh, I'm going to text him. Nope. Let's wait.
No, let's wait for the podcast.
that and it was super late. I saw you had texted me you just started one of the books, and I was
7,
like,
yeah.
I was like just diving in, so I like silenced my phone and threw it across the room so I wouldn't get distracted.
Yeah, Chris and I don't talk to each other until Thursday. because of that exact reason.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, no, we gotta wait. We'll wait for the general reaction. But okay, cool. So hey guys, we will talk to you next week. Look forward to Chris either impressing you or disappointing you with reading or not reading the second book of the challenge. And we'll see what happens. We do want to see too. We want to hear about Chris's Arby's date and and me starting up on the new job. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So,
well, we got a lot to talk about next week. So
we do have a lot of stuff,
Should be
and
a good
whatever
time.
happens in between then, that'll be great. But hey, stay classy, stay bald and bold, and we'll catch you guys later.
On second thought, I kind of like bald guys.